Okay, let's talk about backups. Let's talk about actually creating a redundancy to ward off against attacks or some type of natural event that causes some type of DOS attack, denial of service attack, right? So, having a backup um, is a way to have your data available just in case any type of ransomware would happen, or someone loses a laptop or a cell phone that has sensitive information on it. Um, you can actually get a new device and then be able to um, download those things from either a hard drive that you got sitting off somewhere else, or if you have it off in the cloud, then you could just pull it down based off of whatever account that is associated with. So I would suggest for every small business, medium sized and large business, it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, for everyone, I would suggest for you to always have some type of backup system in place, ready for it to see the new information that you're putting out there, and keeping a record of your old information. Okay, so whether this is buying a hard drive for personal use and you're just downloading your pictures and your important documents onto it and then putting it off into a safe spot so it won't be damaged. Just in case your laptop gets damaged, then you can go back to your desktop, your hard drive that you bought, download the things back onto the PC, and you're carrying on with business without losing any information. If you're a business, maybe you want to look into a cloud solution such as Google Drive, OneDrive, um, Box.com, things of that nature, and upload your information there. And then now, if you physically move offices, that you could just connect back to the internet and pull it down to wherever you need to pull that information to. Okay. But keep in mind, whenever you're uploading that information to a cloud provider, now they're actually keeping the security on that information. So now the interviews that you need to have with your cloud provider need to focus around how are you actually protecting my data? Are you encrypting it while it's at rest and while it's in transit? Uh, have you been a part of any type of breaches, any type of leakage in the past 7 years? How long will you keep my information after I quit doing business with you? Okay, so think of those things whenever you're uploading something to a different provider or a different entity, that they're going to keep your information for several years after the fact that you decided not to be with them anymore. Okay, and think about whenever you're so-called pulling it off of their information, off their servers, they probably have a backup of it somewhere else. So be mindful of what you actually want to put into the cloud. Okay, so always just really think about what we want to put into the cloud. What do we want to keep in our own possession? Okay, so having a backup when it comes to an attack such as ransomware, where they lock up your whole computer and they ask for a ransom to be paid in order to give you the encryption key, um, it would be best. It would be the best practice not to pay that ransom, but to just wipe the computer clean and then restore it from a backup. Okay, that's the way you get around a ransomware. But a lot of times, a lot of businesses do not have backups ready in order to prepare for a ransom. And so they end up paying the money in order to get that information back and then stand a chance of being ransomwared again by the same attacker later on. So having a backup is always necessary. I suggest for anyone to do it. Look into it. There's many different ways of doing it, but I think it's something that we all need to partake in.